You know how Ryan Reynolds plays himself in every movie, and we love it? Well, here's another one of those. Deadpool discovers VR chat, brought to you by Keeps. We start things off being blessed by Ryan's perfect voice as he narrates. Honestly, he puts me to shame. These right here are the sunglasses people. This one is Channing Tatum. Those who don the dripped out shades can do whatever their heart desires in this virtual world known as Free City. Imagine if GTA and Fortnite had a baby, and that baby adopted Deadpool. This is Free Guy. His name? Guy. He's got a goldfish, an iconic blue shirt, and he loves medium-sized coffee with 2 sugars. Unlike the sunglasses people, Guy can't just have everything he wants. Ooh, relatable. But despite a few setbacks, life is good. Guy works at a bank with his buddy. While tending to an old couple, Guy reflects on the void in his life. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like peanut butter without jelly. Before he can complete that thought, robbers storm the building. That is an excessive amount of shooting. Everyone is deaf now. The bank employees and patrons submit to their captors with no resistance. It's almost like this is a routine for them. The best buddies take cover while Guy shares his feelings. There's this girl living rent-free in my mind. I gotta find her.
She doesn't exist. She's just a fantasy.
Don't you dare talk about my waifu like that. Meanwhile, could this be the girl? Whoever she is, she's a badass. She's on a mission for truth, and this guy's got a tip. Apparently, the video she's looking for is stored in this guy's stash house. However, the unknown merchant is quite nosy, so our femme fatale flashes the blicky.
You're so feisty.
We later see her on the street.
Wow, life in the big city.
She's able to predict everything everyone says, except for Guy. As they cross paths, he comments on the song she was humming instead of his usual line. Don't have a good day, have a great day. Once they lock eyes, it's game over for Guy. He's shook. She walks past and he can't take his eyes off her fatty. Buddy, I gotta go talk to her. Man, she's wearing sunglasses, we can't talk to those people. Girls do love confidence. Just don't get run over in the process. We transition over to the real world where we meet the girl behind Molotov Girl, Millie. She watches the trailer for Free City 2 before a waitress tells her to go away. You sure are addicted to that game, lady. No, I just have a lawsuit against the company and I'm looking for something.
And my coats. I wish we weren't closing so I could hear more about this.
Unnecessary. The next morning in Free City, something's different. Though, as per usual, Guy heads for a coffee, but he has a different order in mind. I'm feeling frisky today. Let's try a, cappuccino. What? The barista, along with everyone else, seems to malfunction as Guy tries to order something different. Everybody gets a medium with 2 sugars here.
Somebody's about to get shot.
Well, that escalated quickly. Guy laughs it off, pretending he was joking, and proceeds with the usual. After he leaves, she can be seen staring off at the coffee and contemplating. Maybe there's more to this life, like espressos and macchiatos. Moving on, just as always, his bank gets robbed, but this time, he spots the fatty once more. Buddy, I gotta do something.
Hi.
Mr. Robber, I'm gonna need your sunglasses.
He's just an NPC. Waste that mother.
Guy gets his virtual butt beat. However, through the power of simping, he overcomes the foe before him. Oh my god, how could you do that, Guy?
He's just resting.
I'm starting to realize I have the same humor as Ryan Reynolds. Anyway, Guy runs out and gives the sunglasses a try. What the hell did that barista put in my coffee? But that's not the case at all, Guy. You're simply in a video game. Look, there's a health pack. Give it a shot. Feel brand new, don't ya? Then, this goofball conveniently bogs himself and lands right next to Guy. Ooh, money. Let's see how much we got. So much money. Hello? Hey guys, Minute Movies here. Did you know I'm exceedingly bald? And that's why Keeps is sponsoring this video, to help me and to help you. Did you know 2/3 of men start losing their hair by the time they're 35? That's alarming. Indeed it is. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for more information. Trust me, you don't want to lose your hair. Once it's too late, it's over. Just look at Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, and he's still bald. That's why it's imperative you start Keeps as soon as this problem rears its balding head. Results often take 4 to 6 months, so the sooner you start using Keeps, the better. It's an extremely effective, science-backed, and affordable way to prevent and even reverse hair loss. Keeps offers generic versions of FDA-approved medications that won't break the bank. If you want hair like me, and you're ready to take action to prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/minutemovies. Or click the link in the description to receive 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/minutemovies altogether. Seriously, buy it. Look at that hair go. That's right, my guy. Take all you can get. Then, we cut to Keys, one of the game's developers. He's left rather perplexed about the NPC that, against all odds, iced the player. He must be a player that somehow hacked himself to have an NPC skin.
Boot the trash-ass noob, ban him for life, you're done.
Ah, gamer lingo. The kids will love this. Keys and Mouser hop into the game, donning a mustache and a bunny suit. Meanwhile, Guy confidently steps out of his store with some new kicks. The devs track him down and question him. How'd you get that skin?
Mostly genetics, I think.
He has no idea what they're talking about. Guy just thinks he's a guy. Alright, let's ban this noob. A chase ensues, leading them all to a construction site. Before things get deadly, Guy discovers an interesting feature of his shoes. No matter, we have developer powers. The pair work their way up and corner a scared Guy. They unload on him, but seem to have the aim of Star Troopers. Guy runs off towards a wrecking ball and picks up some trinkets along the way.
Nope.
I kid you not, the song Wrecking Ball literally plays in this moment. Fortunately, one of the trinkets comes in handy. Guy lands safely and celebrates his victory.
I'm never gonna die!
That just happened. After, we learn more about Keys through a news clip. Looks like he was working on a game himself, and his partner was Millie. The game was called Life Itself, and it featured a revolutionary AI engine where characters could learn and evolve. We also see Millie ask for a medium-sized coffee with 2 sugars. Huh, interesting. At his house, Keys runs into Millie, who's broken in. I can't be seen with you, it's in violation of the NDA. We learn that the company behind Free City, Tsunami, bought their code, but supposedly didn't use it. However, Millie believes otherwise. I found a clue, just please help me get in. No, I don't think I will. Keys tells her to get lost, then we come back to Free City. This morning, Guy exclaims that today's gonna be different. And he's not wrong. He picks out a slightly different blue shirt this time. Meanwhile, Millie heads to the stash house and prepares to strike. Suddenly, this lovable goofball shows up. Hey. Who are you? Hi, I followed you. Oh, cool, I thought you were an NPC, lol. Uh-oh, the guard spotted them. Millie whips out a portal gun and Guy follows. They proceed to chat in her stash house. Listen, Guy, if you want to hang out with a baddie with a fatty like me, you need to level up.
What, is 1 the best?
There's literally nothing lower. Get back to me when you're over 100. Fair enough. We proceed with a montage of Guy leveling up, but not in the traditional way. Instead of robbing and blasting, he's helping and saving. It doesn't take long for him to become a viral sensation. You even got the likes of Green PewDiePie and Fortnite PewDiePie commenting on the so-called blue shirt guy. They even love him in Japan and China. Guy's racking up the levels, and soon enough, he's a full-on badass. He hits these goons with the boom bam pow bopperino and claims the final level up he needs. Before returning to the action, Guy pays a visit to the bank. Buddy's been worried about him, and Guy just wants him to see the light. Some robbers pull up, and now that Guy's an alpha male, he takes control. Here, buddy, put on these glasses. No. Okay, whatever. Guy turns his sights to this bombshell and lets her know that she can do better. You deserve a nice guy. And like all nice guys, Guy finishes last. Where are you going? Meanwhile, Millie gives the stash house mission another shot. This time, she's convinced Keys to help. Alright, Keys, open it up. Hold on, I haven't even wiped yet. Okay, it's open. Millie heads in, grabs the video she needs, but the place is booby-trapped with spawn points. She quickly finds herself overwhelmed. There's nothing I can do to help now, Millie. Wait, why not? Plot convenience? Gotcha. Fortunately, our boy pops in for a visit.
Was that cool?
Thank you, blue shirt guy. Very cool. The pair face off against a colorful cast of bad guys. Though, Guy ends up just staring at Millie doing her thing in slow motion. Why are you smiling like that? Stop. One of the baddies turn their sights to Guy, and he takes him to Snap City. Then, even more goons pull up, so Guy gets on his bike and insists they leave. Millie jumps on in the coolest manner possible and asks an important question.
Is that a Glock in your pocket?
No, I'm just happy to see you. Okay, but seriously, there's 2 Glocks in there. Millie blasts away while Guy 360s away on the bike. Then, they decide it's time to cut their losses and skedaddle. They leave without the video, but at least they became friends along the way. Back in the real world, Keys gets a message alerting him of Antoine's arrival. That's the company's quirky and kind of evil CEO. Though, he comes through with good spirits. This blue shirt guy is straight bussin' amongst the millennials. Hey, our team, can we upgrade him? Let's make him jacked. Then, he clowns on Keys a bit before departing. Nonetheless, Keys remains determined and continues to investigate who exactly Guy is. Back in VR chat or whatever, Millie inquires as to why Guy is doing all this. I don't know. I guess I just felt
Stuck.
Yeah, but like, who are you? I'm just a guy. Ho peak comedy right there. Of course, Guy is still clueless about the reality of what he is, and so is Millie. Suddenly, things take a turn for the romantic. Guy leans in and
No, not doing that.
afterwards, they go on a little ice cream date. Guy has a rather odd taste in ice cream. I love bubblegum ice cream. What? No way, me too. It's like you're in my head, Guy. The pair enjoyed the cursed flavor of ice cream before spotting a swing set. Another thing they both love. I'm starting to see a pattern here, and apparently, so is Keys. While checking the code of various NPCs, he makes a discovery.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Millie notes how odd it is that they both like the same coffee, ice cream, and swing sets. Then, Guy goes in for the kill.
I really want to kiss you.
Okay. They embrace for a sensual kiss. Guy thoroughly enjoys the moment while Millie kinda just sits there. Yeah, almost forgot about that part, didn't you? Guy is ecstatic, but Millie has to go. I think someone's at the door.
I'll say.
If you know what he means. She suggests they meet up in the real world one day, but this just leaves Guy befuddled. Turns out, it's your boy Keys at the door. Millie, the Demigorgon. Wait, wrong show. Keys is in fact there to report his findings. Millie, our code worked. It is in the game. The NPCs are evolving. It started with Blue Shirt Guy, and now it's spreading. Wait, my guy? I thought he was a hacker or something. Keys continues as Millie sits there dumbfounded. The barista learned how to make cappuccinos, and the bombshell girl wrote an essay on the patriarchy.
It's a little preachy in parts, but overall it's pretty good.
Then, Millie reveals that she kissed Guy. Keys is definitely a little jealous, but nonetheless, he's spinning straight facts.
He's like 4.
Huh, you're right. Moving on, Keys realizes that Free City 2 is just an attempt to start over. A way for Antoine to delete all evidence of his code stealing. If they don't act soon, Guy, along with his virtual world, will be gone forever. After Keys leaves, Millie heads back in and fetches Guy. I have to tell you something.
You married?
Well, it's a little worse than that. Millie takes him to the multiplayer lounge and drops a truth bomb on him. You're not real. This is a game. There's a whole ass other world out there, and it's boring, so don't feel bad. Unfortunately, this hits Guy like a truck, kicking off a full-blown existential crisis. I've been there, Guy. He storms off and reflects on how much life, or rather, not life, sucks. Guy proceeds to roam the streets, spreading this revelation. Everything is fake. This street, your boobs.
That car!
Seeking guidance, Guy heads to Buddy's place. What would you do if everything was fake? Well, it don't matter. What's more real than this? I'm here having a conversation, trying to help someone I love, and that's all that matters. You know, the funny thing is, the real world is just as meaningless as a virtual one, so this is actually fantastic advice. Thanks, Buddy. Feeling reinvigorated, Guy heads to the stash house with Buddy. Guy strikes a menacing pose while he waits for the threat that lies ahead. Suddenly, Channing Tatum pulls up and wonders how they got here. I know you're a security guard.
Jimmy? His name is Luigi.
This is why it's important to respect your employees. Guy demands the video clip, and turns out Mr. Tatum is rather eager to give it up. Are you Blue Shirt Guy? I'm your biggest fan. Turns out, he's a dorky streamer. Yes, that's a redundant statement. Oh my god, look guys, I'm here with Blue Shirt Guy. Who are you talking to? That's a classic Blue Shirt Guy line. Anyway, here's the video, man. Have a good one. Guy and Buddy walk away while Channing hits a couple Fortnite dances.
Snaky man? No?
Afterwards, Guy pays a visit to Millie's place, but finds her lifeless avatar instead. He rambles on until...
Guy?
Oh, hey, I got the thing. Before the plot continues, we have a few more internet celebrity cameos to run through. I hate this. Moving on, we cut to the Tsunami office where Antoine can be seen storming in. He's done a complete 180 on Blue Shirt Guy. All these streaming people are giving him so much attention that it's taking away from the Free City 2 release. Sales are down 60%. That's bad. He demands he be kicked out of the game, but Key steps in, revealing that won't be possible. He's an NPC, you can't do that. Then, Mouser chimes in. Well, we could just reboot the server. That should set him back to default.
Solution.
Mouser gets to work on that while we check back in with Guy. He sits with Millie in the gamer lounge as they inspect the videotape. We can see Channing dancing sensually while overlooking a gorgeous paradise. That paradise is from life itself. This is proof that Antoine used the game's code and tried to hide it. Then, Guy realizes something. I've seen this place. Before he can share further, Mouser hits the reboot. No! The entire world stops in time for Guy. He walks out and we get a chance to appreciate the pure chaos of the city. Though, it doesn't last long. Just like my incognito tabs, the city soon gets wiped from history. We can see on Millie's end that the servers have gone down, but they quickly come back up. She logs back in and searches for Guy. Hey, Guy, remember me? Nope. Oh boy. Feeling defeated, Millie logs off and storms out. However, Keys hits her up and gives her hope. At home, she reviews a video he made explaining things. Apparently, despite the server reset, what makes Guy special is still in there. After reviewing the files, Keys realized that Guy meeting Millie set off a chain reaction inside his code. All it would take to bring him back is a similar event. Oh, okay, I have an idea. Just like that, Guy's memories come back. Come on, let me show you something. He takes her back to his place and shows her his blinds. Turns out, you can still see the reflection of the life itself game. Huh, interesting. Using this knowledge, Keys is able to locate the other game. They plot to cross over using a bridge that Keys will spawn in, but there's one problem. Once Antoine catches wind of this, he's gonna throw everything he has at them. Guy chimes in. What if he doesn't have anything to throw? We cut to Guy and Millie meeting with all the NPCs. Guy delivers an inspiring speech, waking them up to the fact that the world doesn't have to be so cruel. He points to Millie's world as an example. How many banks are robbed a day in your world? None really. And I bet there's no gun violence either. Well, about that. Okay, moving on. The NPCs go along with the plan, proceeding with the citywide strike. Afterwards, the various internet nobodies can be seen commenting on this anomaly. And who's watching them? Antoine is. He also learns that Millie is behind this after an employee shows him some footage of Guy. When Guy went to snatch the video, he name-dropped Millie, Molotov Girl's real name. Antoine turns to Mouser for help. Give him 5 stars, put the cops on him. I can't, sir. All the NPCs are on strike. Well, I don't know. Turn off respawns and start messing shit up. Mouser obliges. As Guy drives off with Millie, the buildings begin to close in on them. To make matters worse, Mouser launches a car or two their way. Guy swerves, speeds, and dodges his way past the hazards, but the end is near for him. Suddenly, Keys comes in clutch, spawning in a ramp. Guy makes it out by the skin of his teeth as Antoine learns of Key's lingering presence. He has a security search for him while signaling to the art team that it's time. Bring out the new and improved Guy. But sir, he's not ready yet. Do it. Meanwhile, Guy and Millie make it to the beach and Keys gets captured. Him and Antoine have a heated conversation about the stolen code before Keys makes his final play. Back in the game, one of the buildings begins to break apart as it's reconfigured into a bridge. Then, Mouser barges in and informs Antoine, who orders him to delete all the players. Not wanting to lose his job, he goes along. Millie gets downgraded to 240p before completely phasing out of the game. And Keys is escorted out of the building, but manages to set all the deleted players to spectator mode. Viewers from across the world watch on with bated breath as Guy embarks towards the bridge. Oh no, it's Guy, but better. The behemoth beats on Guy before Buddy pulls up for backup, but he becomes entranced by the man's booba. With Buddy subdued, the battle continues. Antoine has the developers activate a death punch, but Guy counters with Captain America's shield? Oh hell yeah. Then we get some lightsaber action and a gravity gun. However, it's not enough to overcome the power of being yoked out of your mind. While being squeezed to death, Guy gets an assist from Buddy. Now equipped with his glasses, Guy searches for something helpful. Though, he gets an even better idea. Ooh, shiny. The beast giddily runs off, collecting all the virtual goodies that cross his path. Now unobstructed, Guy proceeds onto the bridge with Buddy. Not to be outdone, Antoine storms into the server room with an axe. However, Key spots him and alerts Millie. Antoine starts chopping away at the servers, causing chunks of Free City to be permanently destroyed. Guy and Buddy continue to run while the bridge begins to break apart. Unfortunately, the carnage soon catches up to them, creating a chasm between the two friends. Buddy insists he continues on without him, but Guy can't leave his buddy behind. Sadly, he soon has no choice as Buddy gets Thanos snapped out of existence. But that's okay. Guy makes it. He lands on what appears to be a paradise as the NPCs that survive look on. Back in the real world, Millie finally pulls up to the server room. Antoine has busted all the servers except one. Conveniently, that's the one that holds the Life Itself island. Millie pleads with him to leave it and offers him a deal. You can have all the rights to Free City and all its sequels. That's a terrible deal for you. I'll take it. Some time elapses and we learn that Keys and Millie made it out on top. Free City 2 was a commercial failure while their game took off. Millie hops into the new world and greets Guy before bidding her farewell. Though, Guy beats her to the punch. I don't know if it's my programming, but I love you, Millie. That being said, you can't be spending all your time in here. Plus, I have a suspicion that I'm really just some sort of love letter. I think the author is somewhere out there waiting for you. Suddenly, Millie realizes why Guy has all these things in common with her. She searches up Guy's files and finds a video of Keys explaining his character. You see, I designed this guy to be in love, and what better inspiration than the girl I was in love with? Millie immediately runs out in search of Keys. She finds him, and they simply stare at each other from across the street. She smiles with teary eyes as Keys realizes she knows. Then, they embrace for a kiss.